What's up, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching Track Talkers with Adam and Tyler Enticknap, Season 2.
Episode 4.
I love it. I mean, we're just getting right into it again, dude. Detrimental news we found out today to the series.
Yes. And if you guys haven't found out, Jett Lawrence dabbed his foot at Glendale. Reportedly, just a stinger.
Yeah.
Structurally okay.
Lars said it was a stinger.
Structurally, it was okay. Had an MRI today. Video dropped today. Torn ACL with some meniscus tears. The meniscus is but the ACL tear is huge. He says 4 months. He's focused on pro motocross outdoors. We'll see how it goes. First knee injury for Jett Lawrence. He's going to get surgery in the next couple days. Hopefully for a speedy recovery, no infection, blah, blah, blah. All that risk of surgeries can happen, but we are hoping the best. This just sucks for the series. I mean,
dude, nobody, and that's the thing, like, nobody wants to see this. Ken Roczen doesn't want to see it. Chase doesn't want to see it. Eli Tomac doesn't want to see it. Because it's like, I know it is a sigh of relief for them. Like, don't get me wrong. They are relieved. There's some pressure that, and we're going to talk about that a little later, but there's some pressure relief, but they don't want to have him go because then you get the same old thing like with the Dungy series. It's like, oh, well, Jett wasn't there, so you won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can get all those what ifs. Those guys want to win with everything stacked against them. So when they win the championship, they can say that they're the shit.
Yes, absolutely. They don't want any asterisk on their championship whatsoever. They want to get the whole shot. Or honestly, perfect scenario for any three of those guys. They want to start third, and then Chase wants to pass Eli and pass Jett and then win the main event. Or vice versa, for Eli or Jett. They just want to beat everybody straight up. And that's the competitive nature of motocross. It's like on you, and I want to beat that guy.
Yeah.
And right now, Jett is that guy. But, I mean, this Supercross season just lost a huge part of the championship and how intense it will be. But now we will never know, unfortunately, for 2025. But with that being said, this championship is going to be very interesting because it has been very flip-flop kind of. We did get a second winner with Chase Sexton, but no one has really found or has established dominance in this class, I think, yet.
I mean, we actually printed these out because we're factory this week. But when you look at the championship point standings for the 450,
I got them right in front of me. Chase Sexton, 84 points. Ken Roczen, 82 points. Eli Tomac, 75 points.
So what's
Cooper
the point
Webb,
differences?
74 points. So first to second, 2 points. First to third is 9 points. And then first to fourth is 10 points.
That's what I mean. Like, this championship is still going to be absolutely insane. And, I mean, that's because of Jett, too. Jett has made all these guys raise the bar.
Yes.
And they raised the bar so much that now Jett is struggling. And, we saw Jett struggle to win.
Well, yeah.
Straight up, right?
Yes.
And
yes, he was not dominant. Even when he did get bad starts, like, it was tough to get through the pack. And I've told this to a lot of people, like, through the last couple of weeks where I've been at the races or, I wasn't at the race. This weekend I was at home and watching. We're getting into the broadcast later because it's my first time watching at home.
Yeah.
But to stay on track, the speed and the talent level is at such a tip of the point. It's just like such a steep curve. Like, with Jett's bike not being perfect on the way he wanted it, even finding the feeling.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the notch of speed that he's looking for to be dominant.
Yeah.
I don't think the bike was holding him back a little bit, but I also think he needed to develop that feeling that he was looking for.
Yeah.
Or get used to the new bike feeling. Because I think people don't really understand the difference between a new chassis reacting and figuring out that's not a feeling that you can get on that chassis compared to a feeling that he got in the past on last year's model.
Yeah. And, something that frustrated me on the broadcast was I'm not sure if Ricky said it or who exactly said it, but they were talking about somebody, I think it was Johnny O, that said, hey, Hunter Lawrence has to kind of make up the difference between the bike not being perfect and him just putting the skill down. And, Hunter isn't fast enough to be able to do that and win. He's fast enough to be able to do that and get a top 5.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what's playing a part in Jett Lawrence this year is Jett is so talented, right? Like he is very, very fast. But now the bike wasn't perfect. And at the speed these guys are going and the rate they're going, it's like you have to have the combination of bike and skill. And then if your bike's not perfect that night, then you can salvage a top 3 for those major guys. And then if you nail the bike setup and your team gets it right, then you can go out and you have a chance to win. But I think that percentage window is so small now. I mean, you're messing with tenths on tenths.
Yeah, but so did you watch the Red Bull signature series video with the Hunter brothers and Chase? It was a really good video.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, too. I know, but a part of this comes back to that bike setup and finding that window that the Lawrence brothers is looking for. And right now, it's just going to be Hunter throughout this next Supercross season, developing the bike and trying to get better and a little bit closer to the top 3 guys.
Yeah.
But Darren, the Lawrence's brother, Lawrence's dad said that in the perfect world of, motocross and supercross, they're not trying to make the bike perfect. They're just trying to get the bike into a window where it's going to work good in hard pack conditions and good in soft track conditions, and they can just glow clickers and high speed and adjustments up and down. But finding that window sometimes is hard because you have to try new things that might set you backwards.
Yeah, and I do agree with that. But, that's where you have to rely on your team to be able to do that work in the off season to get you to a closer point. And, I don't know. I was thinking about it on my flight back, and I was thinking about it like, does that have a part to play in Jett's accident? Because when I watched Jett this year, he didn't have, and Ricky's talked about this too on the broadcast, which I do agree with him on, is Jett hasn't had the sprint speed that we've seen in the past. And that sprint speed was really important for Jett and just for the whole outlook of his confidence and to, make it demoralizing for the rest of the racers. Is he was so fast at the beginning of the moto, it was hard to even wrap your head around trying to beat Jett because he was so fast at the beginning, he would demoralize you and then you couldn't even really do anything. Well, now he's struggling a little bit with the starts. He's trying to make up time. He's not comfortable at the beginning of the race, so he can't get going. And then all of a sudden, now because of the first round, he crashed. And then, the second round, he got beat straight up by Eli Tomac. And he hasn't been in a situation where he hasn't had the upper hand on everybody else speed-wise. And he kind of had to go, before he was just, I can dominate these guys. I know if I get out front, I can beat everybody. Well, now, if I get out front, I might not be able to win. I have to rely on being smart. I have to rely on my strategy. I have to rely on my bike setup. I have to rely on my team to communicate and pick the right lines and be crafty. And this is the first year that we've seen any kind of weakness from Jett. And coming from behind like that and having to chase a little bit and try to scratch and catch up, mistakes happen.
Yeah, but dude, let's just get the record straight. Him dabbing his foot was not because of fucking bike setup. Straight up.
But he hasn't been as good out of the gate.
Yes, but I think that also contests with everybody else elevating their start and these shorter starts as well, and making it more technical and everybody getting a lot closer in the first corners.
Yeah.
When you put let's just say a shorter start straightaway, it's going to be harder for everybody to kind of get a significant or not significant, but a dominant first whole shot rider coming around the first corner. Everybody's going to be so close and so tight that it's going to cause more mistakes. Let's just put it that way in a simpler form.
Yeah.
It's going to cause more mistakes with the start short. Yes, it's lower speeds, but that means you can make up more speed in the corner, in the middle of the corner. You can kind of go deeper into it. When you have those longer starts, yes, you have higher speeds, and then sometimes the crashes are catastrophic. You know, we all remember, you know, Bogle freaking slapping his head on the end of the freaking straightaway at Glendale, you know, 4 or 5 years ago. And, you know, more to even add to the laundry list of things that's happened on big starts. We don't ever see that. So, I mean, those are the things that can happen. Like, that's where the shorter start is usually a safer bet. Slower speeds, everybody's a little bit tighter, everybody's a little bit slower, but these things can happen. Like, he just dabbed his foot. You know how many times he's probably dabbed his foot and nothing's happened?
Yeah, and like, and the other thing is like, there's almost no way to avoid what he did. You know, it's like the only way to do it is just to get a better start. That kind of was like, you know, sometimes things happen.
Okay, what we need to do for our listeners is tell these guys a little bit more insight, because I've torn my ACL and got cadaver. You've torn your ACL, what, twice now?
Yeah. I don't even have an ACL anymore. Second
yeah,
time
you tore it twice, and then the second time you just said no. You just cleaned up meniscus, and you just said, I'm running it. My leg's strong enough. My leg's not bothering me.
Yeah. I still don't have an ACL, and I feel fine.
And there's a lot of people that don't have ACLs. My knee, for me, I tore my ACL. I cleaned up my meniscus, and I got my ACL fixed. I just felt like I couldn't. My knee was wobbly without an ACL. Yeah. That's just how my leg was built. As much as we look identical, and look very similar, that's just how my knee worked.
It's interesting though, because the first time that I popped my ACL, my knee was really wiggly, and then the second time I did it, it didn't affect me at all. Yeah, you know, and that's, I don't know if you guys watched the race recap that I posted, but that was the first thing I said. You know, like, Jett came out and he jabbed his knee and he got like jacked up, and then he went to the Asterix medical unit and he kind of looked okay walking out. And when I popped my knee, I literally popped it, and it was like the gnarliest pop pain ever. And then about 20 minutes later, I was like, I don't know. I feel okay. I could walk on it. I could walk around. It was sore, but it wasn't anything like a broken bone.
No, nothing. You know? Like, when I tore my ACL, like, I kind of stubbed it and had this weird like burning sensation.
Yeah.
But really, the thing that actually messed my knee up more was my meniscus was folding over while I was still bending my knee.
Yeah.
And then when I went and got an MRI and checked on the meniscus, they're like, oh, your ACL is actually also torn. And I was like, oh, shit. Well, better get that fixed and clean up my meniscus.
Yeah. And like the meniscus thing, like Ty talked about, most likely because of his age and because he had ACL surgery, and he has time off, they'll sew the meniscus back together. And that takes a while. Like,
well, it depends on if he has a lateral tear or a straight up and down tear. It depends on how the tear is. Yes. If it's just like a little piece hanging off, they're just going to trim it, because
and then it's like literally,
I'm not a doctor, but from what my simple mind can understand, your meniscus is the cushion between your two joints. Yeah. And it's not a ligament that does anything structurally, but it just makes your knee have a cushion riding on it. Yeah. So they can just trim it. And then if you do sew it up. So like, for instance, when I got trimmed, I walked out of the doctor's office. It was all good. I was ready to go.
Yeah. When feel better than before.
Yes. When you sew it, you got to be on crutches for 4 to 6 weeks and let the sutures heal and let it come back together.
Yeah. And it takes a while, but
yes,
but like, here's the thing. This is what I was blown away with. What? I know Jett has this, has the best doctors in the world at his disposal. But dude, I did the cadaver thing. My shit after 8 months was still wobbly as fuck. How is he gonna come back in 4 months and be ready to rip? Because, dude, I did mine and like fucked it up right after too.
Yeah, but like, dude, like I did the cadaver route, and dude, we all know, like we've talked to other people and did the hamstring, and then what's the other type? Like you can do a hamstring or like a quad, I thought.
Yeah, there's a few different
But
ways
those
you
are
can do it.
super painful.
Yeah.
Like you hear about those recoveries being, 6 to 8 weeks, and they're like in a wheelchair or on crutches. Like, dude, when I did the cadaver, I was riding a spin bike within 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, no problem. I was like kind of walking on crutches after like week 3. The doctor said I could do everything straight forward. He just didn't want to have me do anything laterally.
Yeah, but the other thing that's a problem with the cadaver too is like, which they tell you at the doctors, is there is a chance that cadaver doesn't take to you.
Yes.
So that's kind of weird too.
Well, there's pros and cons to all the surgeries.
Because like
and
my understanding of the cadaver too, the whole reason is you have to get blood flow through the ACL, the new one, the cadaver. And then you also, what they do is they drill into your femur and your tibia or whatever bone's down there and anchor it down. But the bone has to heal over the top to then attach the
blood
cadaver.
vessels.
So it's not just drilled into like a piece of string.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So essentially it's kind of like a broken bone, but you have to get the broken bone. Plus they're trying to get blood flow through the cadaver ligament to strengthen it and kind of get it to where it's like a ligament in your body.
Yeah. They're putting in the replace of the old LCL.
If he even does that, and if that's still the way that they're going to do it.
We are literally speaking of experience of what we got advised to do and our best recovery for where we are at.
Okay, here's your next question, Ty.
What?
ACL or Achilles, what's worse, you think? Probably same-ish, huh?
Achilles way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse.
How much worse?
Way worse.
Percentage-wise?
100%.
No.
Yes.
No.
I say, hey, for a dirt bike rider, bro, 100% worse.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would say if Achilles was like 100% the worst thing, then an ACL is probably 70%.
Yes.
But it's still a bad one. Because you don't think that you have to move side to side on a dirt bike, but dude, you have to move side to side a lot.
Yes, I understand that. But knowing that knowing that your Achilles can pop from just OJing a rhythm in section and just not even casing a jump, nothing, like that mind fucks you for sure.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it's becoming more popular.
I know.
What's weird.
It is a little weird.
I would say I've heard about more Achilles injuries in motocross and supercross in the last 5 years than I have in the first 10 years before that.
Is Jett 21?
I don't even know. I thought he was like 19 or no. Yeah, he's like 19 or 20.
No, he's got to be 21.
No, dude, I swear. I'll Google it.
Google it.
I'll
because
Google it.
You want to know, you know what he's probably doing if he's 21?
What?
Sipping on a cold twisted tea on the couch.
Probably.
Bro, that's what he's going to be doing for the net. Oh, no, not really, huh?
He's going to be honey boo-booing with some girl, dude.
Oh, he does have a chick, huh?
Something like
okay, let's
get caught up, dude.
Let's move on. All right. The Dirt Tricks 450 class. If you want a sprocket, it's going to last you 300 hours. How many dirt bikes you think you have in 300 hours, Ty?
A lot.
More than 3, probably 4.
It's gonna last. Hey, I'm just gonna tell you, bro. If you got Dirt Trick sprockets, it's gonna last you way longer than your ACL is gonna last you.
Oh shit! And they're made in the USA. Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
Dirt Trick sprockets. If you want a discount on Dirt Tricks,
he is 21. God damn it!
Let's go. He's gonna be sipping on the Twisted.
He was born August 7th, 2003. He's gonna be sipping on the
Tweez, baby.
August 7th, 2003.
Let's go. Okay, Dirt Trick sprockets. If you want a Dirt Trick sprocket, you want a little discount, type in Track Talkers 25, all lowercase. We'll hook you up. Let's get right into it. I think the first thing we have to talk about, Ty, is how much this changes the dynamic of the 450 class.
Does this?
Who gets the most light out of this? I got a guy in mind.
Chase Sexton.
No. Yeah, probably.
The most light?
Yeah, it's Chase, right?
Because like Chase right now, I guarantee you, he's bummed. that Jett's hurt. Like 100% bummed.
But so relieved.
I don't think he...
Dude, I was in Chase's spot, I would be like, holy shit, I just got a great breath of fresh air. And like, not in a bad way, but like, wow, that takes a lot of pressure off.
That's 7 deuce for sure. Because I mean, bro, we and I think all the privateers are kind of shitty in this scenario where I guarantee you they're like, another spot. Hey, another spot open in the main event next week.
You don't think those guys are thinking that? Come on, bro.
Another spot in the main event next week.
Chase and Eli and Webb and Kenny and Jason Anderson. Who am I missing? Who else? Anybody else?
Cooper Webb.
I said Cooper
Hunter
Webb.
Lawrence. Justin Barta.
No, not Hunter.
Malcolm Stewart.
No.
Justin Cooper. Justin Hill. Joey Savacci.
Anyways,
Dylan Ferrandis. Shane
all those
McGillrath.
guys-
Aaron Plessinger. Mitchell Oldenburg. Benny Bloss. Jorge Prado. Cole Nichols. Everybody just moved up a spot.
I mean, yeah, everybody.
I mean, that's how that shit works.
I mean, it is. And it's messed up because it's like, dude, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, these guys, they want to win against the best, and it's very unfortunate. But these guys also are like, okay, that takes a big spot out of this championship, and now I can focus on this guy, and this guy.
That's just the gnarly part about the sport is because everybody on that line even in each heat race knows how fast that shit can happen.
Dude, I'm gonna go out off on a tangent.
Oh, really? Adam going off on a tangent. We need to have like a little ding for this.
Dude, what the fuck are we gonna do about Supercross when the best guy, like literally number one, I'm not whatever, the number one guy with the number one plate can tear his ACL on a whim? Like,
bro, that's just life though.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Dude, a golf is, I mean, I guess, yeah.
Bro, Tiger Woods' back was fucked up for how many years?
He got in a car accident.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess I just proved my own point.
You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady freaking, I don't know. Tom Brady's not a good example because he never got hurt. But like, you know, like Joe Burrow last year.
Yeah.
You know, tore his ACL beginning of the season out.
Yeah. And it's just, it really does suck how quickly it can happen in this sport and how nobody, no matter how fucking good you are, can beat it.
Nope. It's called reality check.
Like Eli Tomac, the fastest dude.
Bro, Eli Tomac, nobody knows.
Did kind of skate away was fucking Ryan Dungey. That motherfucker, dude.
Yeah,
like his whole career, he got a broken collarbone and like a fracture, like a tiny fracture in his back, though. Like his whole career.
I know.
Okay, let's get into it. First moto, Webb ripping.
Bro, had a point to prove.
Yeah, he did. Like, what do you think that is? Do you think that's bike setup? Do you think that's just him pissed off at the fucking media?
Hey, that's what you just got webbed.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other way to put it. But like, two, look at what these fucking guys can do with clean air. Like any one of them. If you place any one of these top guys out front and give them clean air, look at Kenny. Dude, Kenny made me believe. I believe Ken Roczen. Like, dude, the second race, I'm like, dude, Kenny's going to win the championship. This fucking guy could win. Bro, he pulled Jett. He pulled Jett Lawrence straight the fuck up, mano y mano.
I mean, that's why we love Triple Crowns with those like shorter races. And, you know, if you can get a good start and get out front, dude, anything can fucking happen.
And then Chase Sexton, ripping consistent all night. Totally different guy than at, you know, Anaheim too.
Yep.
Eli Tomac. Oh, let's talk about fucking Eli. Bro, what is he gonna do about his starts?
Bro, they really haven't been a problem up until this point.
I know. Yeah, they have.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
When?
A2, he completely tanked the start.
Okay, A2. A1, he got the whole shot crashed. San Diego, he got fucking third and was in the lead by like, what, lap 4 or 5?
Bro, You cannot, if you want to win the championship with the class the way it is, look at what happened to Eli. 2 bad starts. The motherfucker ended up 4th. Where's he at in the championship?
He is 3rd.
Okay.
9 points back.
You do that 2 more times. You can't get a slip up with how good the rest of the field is.
Yeah, but the problem is, bro.
You can't afford it.
Look, this is the problem with this year.
I'm hitting the bell.
Bro,
I'm hitting the emergency bell on Tomac now with his starts.
I wouldn't say so because, dude, look we're on round 4. We have, 13 more races to go in this Supercross Championship.
Okay, this is my point. I'm cutting you the fuck off. What if those 2 first mains, and I know they're not, but what if those were fucking main events? Bro, Tomac was like dead last in the first one.
Bro, Tomac has proved that he can go dead last to 4th.
Well,
come
he didn't? I mean, I guess it wasn't a 20-minute main, but like, dude, you can't do that many times.
Bro, without Jett in the class, bro, he fucking get back up to 3rd now.
Dude, what about Webb?
I mean, he can win. He's just got to worry about Chase now.
Yeah, I mean, kind of true. Because no offense to the rest of these guys, right? But like, Tomac has Malcolm, Stewart, Justin Cooper, Justin Hill rode fucking good.
Dude, he
Justin
was
Barsha.
ripping. And he was all over Kenny for such a long time. I thought he was going to get him.
Justin Barsha, Hunter Lawrence, Jason Anderson. I mean,
oh, bro, you know what
Anderson,
I just thought of what we need to put out in the universe, bro?
What? Put it out. Put it out in the universe.
Fucking HRC needs to call Justin Hill and put him on the HRC Honda for the rest of the Supercross season.
Oh my gosh. You think that's even possible though? With the Tedder bike? I don't think it's possible, dude.
It would be so
sick. Gosh. What if Justin Hill got put on that bike?
Bro, he was just like top 5 and getting whole shots.
Dude, imagine.
Can
we, Ty? I mean, put your hands out. Put your hands out. Ty.
We are
Ty, put your hands out.
Heavy right now. He's probably. Hold on, I have to
just put your hands out.
No, shut up. You probably. Justin Hill. I know he's comfortable on that bike. He's probably really happy with the program because someone riding and doing that good cannot not be happy with his program.
100%.
But just the ambiance and the bench racing that I'm getting and the excitement off of seeing the number 46 on a factory HRC Honda.
Whew. Hey, can you put your hands out now?
Yes.
Okay, now
are we praying?
Wiggle your fingers.
Are we praying right now or are we confessing?
No, we're wiggling our fingers. Okay, now just put some HRC energy in the world. If it's possible and it's good for everybody, it would be really cool to see Justin Hill on HRC.
Hey, us fans, you guys, we can create this and make this happen.
Everybody wiggle their fingers.
We need to get enough hype.
If that doesn't mess up Tedder, because we like Dakota too.
Yes, we love the Tedder family.
Yes, we love them. But it would be sick.
It would be sick.
Okay. we put it out in the universe. That's all we can do. Fuck, dude. Ken Roczen looked good, dog.
Ken Roczen did look really good.
Bro, Ken Roczen looks different, sounds different. Like, bro, did you hear the podium speech?
Bro, I think his strategy, he just needs to go watch Dungey a couple seasons when he won the Supercross Championship and just be that guy that never leaves the podium. Don't worry about wins. Just be up there and see what happens.
I would love to see Ken Roczen win the championship and not even win a race.
Oh my God, that'd
be sick?
You could so do it with Chase and Eli.
Without a doubt.
With those two, you couldn't do it with Webb. But you can do it with Chase and Eli because there are going to be heroes or zeros a couple of times throughout the next 13 races.
Yep. And the reason why we say that is because those two are so fucking fast and their egos are so hot because they know they can win that sometimes, occasionally, they'll make a big mistake. They'll end up like 5th or 6th.
When we already saw it with Jett round 1.
Yeah. I mean, it's just hard when you know you can win.
That's why I love
Supercross. You're the big dog.
Is because like the races are short enough and long enough where something can like happen. God forbid, I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
No,
but a nice little front end wash at the end of the whoop section, or like stall your bike somewhere that you're super safe, or just a little slide out where you're trying to pitch it sideways.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yep. Chase Sexton, what do you got to say about him?
Dude, only 2-time winner this season, dog. He's doing what he needs to do.
And he's got the fucking red plate.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what else more we need to fucking say about that.
Yeah,
Let the big dog eat. Arr, arr.
Yeah, he just needs again, he needs to make sure his bike is consistent enough to be in the top 5 because his starts and his first laps have been horrendous.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with the British dude from Vital, I think.
British dude from Vital. You're not explaining that very well.
I know. I should know his name.
Okay, well, anyways, results from the weekend. Chase Sexton wins.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish my thought.
Okay, go.
I saw an interview, and he was talking to Chase, and Chase was saying that how shitty his first laps have been, and he hasn't been jumping the jumps, and he needs to have hazards on his bikes to tell everybody that he's not jumping the jumps. And he needs to get in the top 5 or up in the lead to be jumping the jumps.
Bro, did you see him come through the pack on the last race?
No, because I was watching the TV.
Oh my God. This fool went from like fucking dead last to 6th place in a fucking by the start to the finish. Like, you want to talk about work on your first fucking lap? My guy worked on it the last fucking moto.
Did he?
Or what? It was either the last moto or the second moto. I don't think it was the last moto because he got a good start last moto. It was second moto. It was second moto. The second moto, Chase Sexton went through the pack like literally the best I think I've ever seen anybody. That was gnarly. So results for the 450, Chase Sexton wins, Cooper Webb 2nd, Ken Roczen 3rd, Eli Tomac 4th, Hunter Lawrence 5th, Justin Hill 6th place, beating out Jason Anderson straight up. Jason Anderson 11-6-8, Justin Hill 8-10-7. Wow, that's gnarly. Jett Lawrence still ended up 8th place. Aaron Plessinger 9th. Malcolm Stewart 10th. I thought Malcolm was going to do a little better with the starts that he had, but
I thought so too. He was up there.
He was. I think that was a good breakthrough ride for him, though.
I think so. Top 10, dude. He should be fucking stoked on that.
Yeah, you can't be pissed. Anything else you want to talk about for 450? Other than Tomac needs to work on his fucking starts?
Oh, yes. The TV broadcast. Oh my God,
I'll set this
bro.
down for this. Talk to me.
Dude, I was watching the TV broadcast.
Hit me.
With the Farleys over at my house. And I know, like, Jett is, like, the golden child, and he's got the biggest following and blah, 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 and stuff like that.
Does he, though?
I mean, I would say in the 450 class, maybe he's in the top echelon of riders.
I don't think so.
But, dude, like, when we're showing the first race and the second race and the third race, like, the first race, I feel like the importance needs to be the guy in the red plate where he's at, and then, check in with 5th, like a couple 15, 20 seconds here and there, and then you're finding the battles, right?
Yep.
Second race, we need to find whoever's leading the points as far as, like, who's going for the overall, and then we need to check in on where the red plate holder is. I think Kenny won the second main event, so that was a good one. But second and third and 4th and 5th in the second race were in a heavy battle, and then they panned over to Jett, and he was all by himself. And I could see the competition and the race happening behind them, and I'm like, why aren't we showing that? And they took like 2 minutes on Jett, just talking about Jett, hyping him up, and I could see the race that going on behind him. And it was just frustrating because it's like, dude, I don't know if people don't know moto or like the announcers only have, stuff on the top riders. But dude, we need to show the battle more.
I mean, somebody's getting a call to make that call, right?
I mean, the spotter I know has a really tough job, and the announcers kind of have a little bit of pull on like what riders they want to see because they have like storylines and stuff like that they got to get throughout the night. Yeah. I understand that.
Yep.
But when you have a pack of 4 or 5 dudes all battling within like the half a second, we need to show that no matter what.
Yeah.
Because the home fans don't know what's going on at the race, and when there's something that intense happening on the track, we need to show that.
Absolutely.
Regardless if it's Jett Lawrence,
and
Eli
we have
Tomac,
the
or Ken
ability
Roczen.
to have 2 cams.
Yeah. Put the battle on the big one and then your storyline on a small one.
That. Done.
It's just like the 250s was pretty similar too, really frustrating as far as like what was going on what they were showing on the screen and then the battles happening in the background. And then there was numerous times there was passes about to happen and then they changed the camera. And I could see the pass and I could hear the crowd roaring because the pass happened and then they switched back and then the pass was done. And then there was no slow-mo footage or anything of the pass.
Okay.
So I was kind of bummed on the footage.
I love it. I'm
because
glad you vented about
it. It was
that.
just like
Do you feel better?
The first 3 races, I could focus on different battles and stuff and see a lot of action. And there's a lot of action that happens at the races.
Yeah.
But then when you're at home, you're very secluded and they almost make the races seem boring. And I know that it's not boring.
Yeah. Okay. Let's answer your question. Okay. Jett Lawrence, 761,000 followers on Instagram, 312,000 on TikTok. Okay. Ken Roczen, 1.6 million on Instagram. So if you combined Jett's TikTok and Instagram, even though he is younger, Ken Roczen still has more.
Well, yeah.
Eli Tomac, 1 million. He's technically more famous if you're going off Instagram. And 474,000 for Chase Sexton.
Our boy Chase needs to get a little bit more popular.
That's all right. I don't think he's worried about it.
No, I don't think he's worried about it either.
And then just to give you all perspective, 1.7 million for Deegs. Just on Instagram. I'll bet you his TikTok is popping too.
Bro, but that's what I'm talking about. We need to have set standards for the broadcast though. Like set standard. Whoever's holding the red plate needs to at least for a triple crown needs to get at least 1 to 2 minutes a race just to check in with the red plate holder.
Yeah.
Like that's the guy who potentially could be winning the championship.
That's a really valid point, actually.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just need to check in.
Like, yeah, give us a red plate check-in.
Give us a red plate check-in. Doesn't matter if it's heat race, whatever. That motherfucker, whoever you're holding the red plate, dude, that guy needs to get shown. That is your leader of your championship, potentially the winning championship for 2025. That's what the red plate means. Show me that guy.
Check-in.
Show me that guy.
Battle check-in. We have the ability to have 2 different screens. I want to see it.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen. Let's go. Okay, Deegan has another 1.8 on TikTok.
Don't even show me YouTube, dog.
Oh, yeah, you don't even want to talk about
and
YouTube.
that don't even get me started, bro. That's like,
dude, we got to move on.
No. Well, this is a segue because we're starting going in the 250 West Coast series.
Yep. You mean
the
East?
opening? No, we're going to talk about the 250 West Coast series. What happened in Glendale?
Yep.
But the opening ceremonies for 250 West Coast. Feld needs to play into Juju and Deegs' little rivalry a little bit more and hype it up in the opening ceremonies and have like a little David and Goliath like intro and have Juju come out with the red plate because he is your potential championship contender in the 250 class.
That would be sick
against Deegan, and make Deegan like the big guy, and then Juju the kind of underdog little guy trying to go up against Goliath.
Love it. Welcome to the 250 highlights from Stan Benson Racing.
David, against Goliath.
Yep.
Juju against Deegan.
You know what?
Let's go.
You know what Stan Benson Racing does, Ty? They don't just support you at their local shop in Bakersfield.
They get whole shots in the SMX next.
Yes, they get whole shots in the SMX next, but they not only support you at the local shop.
What do they do?
They actually go to the track and they support at your local races as well.
So you're telling me I could go see Stan Benson Racing at my local track if I live in Southern California or Central Cal?
Yes, in Bakersfield area, they go to the races. They go to SoCal races as well. They go to some different races.
American MX, Tulare, and
bro, at the races, they hook you up. Stan Benson Racing 250 highlights. Let's get right into it. Juju Beaumare, the new Chase Sexton tuck front. What the fuck, Juju? Gosh dang it.
Oh, my boy is.
I mean, okay, so we had the interview after the race.
I listened to the interview. I felt like he had a really valid point because this is something that I had to get taught, and he is learning a tough lesson right now.
Dude, this kid learning quick.
The sight laps are no joke, and he knows better. Like, if he would have pushed fast into his sight lap at the end of the whoop sections into that corner, he would have knew exactly how to hit that corner.
Yep.
And without him trying to, just ride around and just check out some lips and stuff like that, this next sight lap in 2 weeks, he's going to probably come out and test the dirt and feel how much you can push the dirt. If you're getting a sight lap and you're watching the front end, he's right. You shouldn't be fucking making that mistake because you're a professional.
Yeah. Somebody on Instagram, they took a video and they showed like Chase Sexton's front tire versus Juju's front tire, and they were different. They're running different front tires. And somebody commented like, dude, super messed up. They gave Juju Chase's front tire from last year. I mean, totally not valid, but no, it was funny.
But that is pretty funny.
Dude, one of the things is like you said, there's things that you have to learn that you're not going to get taught. And that's just one of them. I know Davey Millsaps is really good trainer, but that's not something you're thinking of. When you go out to the sight lap, you're not trying to teach your guy. When you go out to the sight lap,
feel the dirt, feel the traction in the dirt, feel where you can push, feel where you cannot. You
tuck front once, you're like, okay, I made a little mistake. You tuck it twice, you're like, shit. Maybe. I mean, the second one, they didn't get a sight lap, but that's a lesson that he's going to learn for the rest of his life. And he's going to know that he just has to be a tiny bit more relaxed and thinking a little bit more clearly. Because why I wanted to get into Juju at the beginning is because this kid is the real deal. At the first round, I was like, oh, okay, Juju looks more solid, but does he have the speed?
Yeah.
And then the second round, he rode.
Bro, how could you say that he doesn't have the speed? Bro, he's been the fastest qualifier
at the first round of Anaheim. The first round of Anaheim, you can't trust anything.
Speed it up there.
Okay, whatever. You get to the third round, he's looking good. He's starting to be in the fight, and he's there each weekend. Now you fast forward to the fourth round, and this kid is blistering fast. Now, one thing I will say, when he put down those hot laps, boy was loose. Okay? My guy was getting sketchy, and you can't do that too many times and pull it off every time. You know what I mean? And so you're going to have to watch that a little bit, but the kid's got the speed. And that's one thing he did not have, and you have to have against Hayden Deegan. Now, let's get right into Hayden Deegan.
Very uneventful this weekend.
Very uneventful. But, in the press conference, he kind of seemed okay with it. He just said, tonight I struggled a little bit, which was real honest. And I thought, a lot of the times riders like to point the finger at anything else but themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the things with Hayden is, you know, when you take blame for something like that, especially when you're so cocky, you know, which I'm not saying is a bad thing because that's just who Hayden Deegan is. But when you're cocky, it's very hard to blame yourself and take one on the chin. But Hayden, dude, he'll be cocky and talk shit and he'll take it on the chin. And I don't know what more you can ask from a person.
Yeah. No, he does a really good job of owning it. Like, he doesn't deflect whatsoever. He's just like,
no deflection.
I just wasn't good. And he wasn't. Like, dude, because like the first main event, he was up there from the get. Yeah. And I was like, oh, he's going to track him down. He's going to close the gap. And it stayed the same.
Yep.
And then, who was it? Juju was all over him.
Yeah. Juju came from last. Well, no, because Juju was down, but there was that huge pileup like they talked about. Like, he didn't have to come all the way through the pack because so many guys went down in that corner where he crashed. It was like just a mess. You know, so Juju still came from pretty far back, obviously, but he caught Deegan for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is easier to have that accelerated push when you're down and then you get back up.
Yeah, but still, when you
just have a better sense of urgency.
When you're Hayden Deegan, bro, you should be, if you're in the top three, like, he's been established as that guy who can usually track those guys down and make himself faster and close the gap. And he couldn't do that.
Well, I know that. And I know I'm a Hayden Deegan glazer for sure. But, you know, it also shows some maturity when he doesn't feel like he's like, okay, I got it. He kind of just rode conservative. Like, that's what I would call.
Well, so this
Glendale.
is my take on Hayden Deegan. And it's been kind of like a reoccurring thing and kind of a common denominator is when fitness is less of a factor in the longer main events or in the longer motos, he has a little bit less of an advantage. And then as well,
when fitness isn't a factor in the shorter main events?
Yeah, isn't a factor in the shorter main events.
Yeah.
Like, he has an advantage in the longer main events and the longer motos when he doesn't get arm pump like he did in San Diego. And then as well, he hasn't really found a way to pick up speed in the harder packed technical tracks.
Yeah. Because he likes to just ring that thing.
Yeah, he likes to get his speed by pushing harder into the corners.
Tomac formula.
Like really attacking the track and over jumping stuff and, you know, really coming in the
manhandling that shit.
Being very aggressive, meaning like, you know, gassing it longer in the corners, braking harder in the corners, gassing it harder coming out of the corners. He hasn't perfected the technique of like Roczen, of like coming in fast, really light on the brakes, and then just carrying the same amount of speed throughout the whole entire corner.
Yeah, like Ken Roczen barely using the suspension. Hayden Deegan, every lap, that thing's from bottom to fucking top.
Yeah.
You know, so
very heavy on the bike.
Very heavy on the bike. And that's something that Hayden Deegan's going to have to learn because the 450, depending on where you're at, can get you in more trouble than the 250 can when you ride it like that.
I mean, but we say that, and then Tomac's been making it happen since day one.
Yeah, but that all I'm trying to say is Tomac knows where he can do that. Where like Deegan is like young and he is just fucking pinning it into anything and everything. Like where, for instance, where was it Joe Shimoda before the finish where he fucking just pinned it into that wall and scrubbed it to bumfuck Egypt and there were sparks flying. He almost endoed himself to the fucking finish line. Like that could have been catastrophic. Like Eli Tomac has learned that the fucking beast formula, you can't do that in certain places.
Yeah, but you're also...
And you can in others.
Yes, but Hayden
and
will...
like, say
Hayden
that was
will,
450 and there was a little more gas, that could have been a different situation.
Yes, but Hayden will learn those lessons quickly.
Yes.
He's 17 or 18, whatever the fuck he is.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of 17 and 18-year-olds.
The exact opposite of that. Jordan Smith.
Fuck. I was thinking of Drew Adams, but are we going to talk about some triumphant shit right now or what?
Hey, some triumphant shit went down.
Bro, what a big night for Triumph. Dude, I was saying it at the beginning of the night to fucking everybody. I say, watch out. Look at Jordan Smith's bike. You see how that thing's a little softer setup in the whoops? It's getting traction. The motherfucker's on, dog.
You know what I was waiting for?
The wad up.
Yep.
It didn't happen.
I know. I hope it doesn't happen throughout the whole entire season because that's been his like MO for his whole entire career. And I hope he has shaked that for this year and he fucking gets it done.
Well, I think what happened last 2 nights ago in Glendale for him and why he didn't crash is because his bike setup was so good that he didn't have to push as hard to make up for it. Like Jordan Smith is the type of guy where if that motherfucker's bike don't work, it don't matter, dog. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know, dude. He looked pretty sendy in the whoops, dog.
It's the RJ Hampshire formula, dog. If it don't work, we gonna make it work until it's fast enough.
He looked pretty sendy in the whoops.
Yeah, it did. He looked so sendy in the whoops, but the bike helped him. It didn't hurt him.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I like, dude, if it gets a little tackier.
So, not to veer off too much, but I don't want to spend any time on this. I want a yes or no. So, does this help Austin Forkner's confidence going into East Coast?
Hell fucking yes. Dog.
Okay, well, we don't want to talk about that yet because we have a lot to talk about there at the end of the show. But Jordan Smith is now only 3 points back in the championship.
Bro, imagine.
Oh, 2 points back. Sorry. 2 points back. And then Hayden Deegan is only 3 points back.
I just want you to fucking imagine this shit with me. Okay, so close your eyes, even the listeners, just close your eyes and think about Arlington coming up, okay? And it's a Triple Crown, Ty. You know,
people may be driving on this podcast, so
don't close your eyes if you're driving.
Make sure you keep your eyes open. We don't want anybody wadding up here.
So just imagine there's another Triple Crown in Arlington, and fucking Jordan Smith wins again, and the motherfucking Triumph bike has a red plate on it. I'm imagining it in my mind. It's a very triumphant.
It's very triumphant,
bro. But think about how big that would be for that brand. Because,
bro, the win was huge.
That's what I mean. But the Triple Crown for Jordan Smith is like his fucking race. It's not long enough for him to have to wad up, and he's been getting good-ass fucking starts.
He's been getting really good starts.
And he's a veteran to where he knows how important it is and what to do to be consistent, where these young guns are kind of a little bit spazzy and they're doing weird shit where they're like, up and down, up and down, up and down. This is the perfect formula, and you got 2 back-to-back that aren't shootouts for Jordan Smith. You could see a red plate on that fucking bike after Arlington when they come back for that Triple Crown.
I know, but I don't want to think about...
Dude, we haven't even talked about Cole Davies yet, bro.
No. That boy...
Crikey, mate! Bro.
Dude, crikey, mate is not
Dude,
New
they
Zealander.
gotta say mate in fucking New Zealand, bro. And
no.
Zed, bro. Z's or Zed.
I guarantee you he does it.
Bro, he does. He says mate for sure, bro. Either way, Cole Davies...
Bro,
that fucking kid style's sick.
Oh, he is so sick. He's like my new favorite rider with 100 on it, just like Josh Hansen. But like, dude, I felt so bad for him on the final race because I know how stressed out he was. And that's like the worst. He's like, all I gotta get is like top 10 on the start, and I'll be fine.
And I'll
figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out. I'll just gotta get top 10. I'll figure it out. And then he comes around like dead last, and then he doubles the triple, trying to be safe. And some fucking guy hooks a tough block. He crashes. Worst case scenario. Super fucking pissed. Rides his ass off and gets like 9th to get on the podium. Right?
Yes. Goes 1-1-9.
Yeah. No,
right?
he gets 8th. He gets 8th to get 10 points overall to get on the podium.
1-1-8, bro. I mean, but like, okay, whatever. Cole Davies, the nerves got to him. Great. I really don't care. That's a learning curve because the nerves got to him. I don't know what
No,
he's
that's
got
100%
first
the
gate.
nerves.
Yeah, he got first gate.
I mean, even if he doesn't, like, if the amount of pressure, some kids know this because going to Loretta's, but the amount of pressure after you've done 2 motos already, and then you have a third one that you got to get done. It's the last one of the night, and you're leading it. And all you got to do is basically, you still got to go out there and ride, but you are in a comfortable lead, but now you have to go do it and be at least, 1, 2, 3, to guarantee you the win. I'm just glad he's going through these lessons right now.
Yeah.
Because this kid is going to be phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. There's no question in my mind that he's going to be sick. Like, let's break that down just a little bit, though, is like, what was going through his mind? Do you think, what could he have changed? What do we think that was going through his mind? Like, I'm thinking, like you said, like, dude, just get a decent start and just, try to get a top 5.
I mean,
or do you think it's like whole shot win? Because I think he should have been just thinking whole shot win.
It really depends on the kid, right? Because, like, if he's an aggressive kid, like, if it was, let's just say if Deegan was in that scenario, we know Deegan enough where he'd be like, no, I'm going to go mop the floor with these guys. I'm going to go whole shot, and I'm just going to win this last one and show everyone why I'm fucking the winner tonight, and I'm the best motherfucker. I'm the best guy out there.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yep.
And then maybe, like, I don't know, maybe he has a little bit softer side to him. He's like, all right, let me just get let me try to focus on the start, make sure I don't make a huge mistake on the first lap. Yeah. And then if I'm in top 5, that's fine. I'll click off a few people, but my target spot at the end of the race is 3rd. And if I get 3rd, then I win it.
Yeah.
Because Star, I hope Star has told him, be like, hey, 3rd or better, dude, you got the dub. That's all we need.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just a tough situation and a big learning curve for Cole Davies. That's all we can chalk it up to.
Yeah, because you can only, the way you deal with pressure and that amount of pressure right there is the only way you're going to be able to learn how to deal with it is being in those situations. Yeah. You can't create that amount of pressure.
Yeah.
Especially for your first main event win.
Yep.
Because I know how I was winning my first ever race, and it was the hardest one.
Dude.
So I could only imagine trying to get your first overall or first main event win in 250 Supercross. Monumental feat.
Yeah.
But does
he win the race if that's a 20-minute main event?
No. Jordan Smith was ripping. Deegan was ripping. Who was also there? Juju was ripping. Michael Mosman was ripping.
Yeah, Mosey was probably the fastest I've seen him so far this year. Definitely improving.
Yes. Another kid who just needs to stay healthy, and he's up there.
Cody Schock had a huge crash in practice.
Did he?
You hear about that?
No.
Bro, so you know how they cut down the single before the finish? There was a little roller before the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
And
what do you mean like a roller before the finish line?
Like it went wall, straight, roller, and then the lip.
Okay.
And they took it out.
So they built them like a little landing almost?
Yeah, but it was meant to just slow you down for the lip of the finish.
Yeah.
So you'd have to like check up so you wouldn't come into it so fast.
So there was no wall?
No, the wall was still there, but they built like a little roller that would be like in a roller section before the finish line jump.
Yeah.
Like it went like this. Like, so that's the wall.
Yep.
Right? And then a roller and then the finish.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened is...
He tried to double it?
He tried to double it, and fucking the wall was like a little too steep and front end high, and fucking literally launched it and was like off the back and fucking landed on his rear wheel and fucking ghost rode the bike. And I thought he was hurt, but luckily he was okay. And then the next round came around and Kenny jumped it. Kenny like jumped the whole thing, and then they took it out.
They're like, oh, yeah, we can't do that. Like, bro, no shit, you can't do that. You're literally giving the guys a target. These walls suck. Yeah, no one wants to land a flat. If you want me to, like, that's why, like, that landing was probably another like 15 feet longer from where they're landing right now. And they're like, dude, I'd rather launch this thing and come up short another 15 feet to the single or potentially land on a little 10-inch backside of a roller than land flat on this thing one more lap.
100%. But either way, Cody Schock, big crash, gets back up and, you know, still has a solid ride. Not his best, but solid 8th. And then Parker Ross, that kid's good, dude.
He's legit.
He's getting good. Props to Parker Ross. Where's the little clap action for
Damn, that was loud.
For Parker Ross. Joe.
Dude, Parker Ross has had 2 good weekends. Last weekend, he had a really good start.
Phenomenal weekends for him.
Yeah. Like the results might not show it, but like where did he finish? He finished 9th. That's really good.
Yes.
Because he didn't finish that good last week and the results didn't show it, but he was up there for a long time.
Yeah. And then Joe Shimoda had to pull off first lap and get like, I think it was like his rear wheel and his front wheel.
Yeah.
Like bent back.
Because when he was tangled up in that pile up.
Yep. Lux Turner P11. And our boy Marshall hopped on the 250 and got a 13th.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's it for the Stan Benson Racing 250 highlights. We're moving on to the Acerbis Big W, Big L, bro. You know, if you need the leader in aftermarket plastics, Acerbis.com.
And just like Acerbis, it's a quick decision because it's the best decision. But this week, for the L, it's got to be Jett Lawrence, dude. L, out for the whole season. End of story. We've already beat the bush.
What do you fucking do? Like, okay, let's just break it down because we're positive as fuck on this show.
Oh, are we now?
What do you do to avoid that situation?
Bro, you can't avoid that one.
There's nothing. Because you can't get every hole shot.
No.
You just can't do it.
I mean, you can. He just about did last season. I mean, he didn't get everyone, but
but that's what I mean. It's like it's not impossible, but it's like the odds of getting every hole shot are fucking insane.
It just adds to the intensity of Supercross, and that's why everybody loves Supercross, because that shit, unfortunately, can freaking happen any second. That's why everybody needs to do a better job of just building up the intensity for these races, because that shit can happen every single time. It doesn't usually happen, and then we get comfortable of it not happening. Everybody can do this lap after lap and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's safe all the time.
Yep.
But anybody that has done it or raced in the past knows that shit can happen any single corner it wants to.
Yep. Okay. Big dub.
Big dub?
Big dub.
Chase Sexton, dude. Gets another win on the season and gets the red plate back. Or not back, but on the KTM.
No, doesn't he get it back?
Oh, yeah, he does get it back.
He gets it back.
He gets it back.
Yep.
And he's going into Tampa with the red plate, trying to establish some sort of dominance over this 450 class.
Yeah.
Because what we know from this 450 class 4 rounds in is that it's scrambled.
Yeah.
No one has been settling for anything. It is just based on the weekend and how everybody's feeling that weekend.
Yeah.
There's no, line of dominance, no ducks in a row of like, Eli Tomac's got the win, Chase Sexton's got 2nd, Kenny's got 3rd, Cooper Webb's got 4th, Jason Anderson got 5th. It can get flip-flop anyway. And I was kind of honestly a little bit bummed on Jason Anderson this weekend because he got 2nd last year right behind Ken Roczen.
Yeah.
Last year in the Triple Crown. So I was hoping that Jason Anderson was going to have a good round because, dude, him up front, it's fun to see him ride and be
because that motherfucker
front.
Fights, bro.
Dude.
Like Jason
he's
Anderson.
So good at racing.
That's what I mean. Like Jason Anderson isn't like, we obviously have our shit in our past.
Yes.
Whatever. Fucking gone in the wind. Don't even care. Jason Anderson, yeah, he's not like everybody's favorite, whatever, because he rubs people the wrong way. But that motherfucker, he's just far enough away from Barsha where he's not always going to take you out. But that motherfucker rides fucking a little dirty, which we like because fucking he wants to fight. And the motherfucker is crafty, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Anderson's like that guy that you get behind and you're like, fuck. Fuck, dude.
I just like Jason Anderson.
He don't give you nothing.
No. And then two, if you don't sprint away from him,
he'll pass you back in the next corner.
Yes. Doesn't matter. He'll chop your front wheel off and lock it up and roll the face of the triple just so to make that pass stick for another 10 or 15 feet.
Okay. Well, let's get to my big L, big dub. I don't even know. I'm going between, and it's not even like in a negative way, but I think my big L is for Cole Davies. And that's just because I'm going like big L for the tough block. You know what I mean? It's just like, damn, bro. Like, that's probably the biggest L of the night. And it's not like offensive to Cole Davies.
I mean,
it's
let's
just like, dude,
hold on.
It's so heartbreaking.
Let's just bench race for a little bit. Let's just say the tough block is not there.
Okay.
Do you think he can get up?
No.
To a position where he wins?
No.
He gets second at best.
Yes, at best. And I don't even know if he gets second. See. Let's look at the... Oh, yeah, he actually does get second.
Yeah,
because
he's second for sure. He gets second for sure. But let's just say he gets up to fourth. I mean, he possibly could have got fourth.
Dude, he was fucking last off the start.
I wonder if he can get up to fourth and ties Jordan Smith with the points. Does Jordan Smith get it because he won the last one?
Yes. Yes.
That's the tiebreaker?
The last moto is a tiebreaker.
Even though he won more motos or more races?
Yes. If you win the last one, you get the
Do you know that for a fact or you just
Nope,
BSing?
I'm bullshitting. But either
it sounds good.
Hey, it does. It sounds great. It sounds like that would be the rule. But either way, it just sucks to see. It was a heartbreaker because I think everybody last night was cheering for Cole Davies. Like,
everybody wanted to see him win.
Yes,
even if you weren't so good the first two races.
Yeah, like even if you weren't a fan, you wanted to see Cole Davies do good, and I think that motherfucker's getting a lot of fans right now. Mm-hmm. Like a lot. He's got good style. He's so fucking funny on the microphone. You know what I mean? He's he's hilarious.
And he's gonna be even funnier when he gets more comfortable. But dude, you know what was cracking me up inside?
What?
Watching Hayden Deegan get an interview, Cole Davies get an interview, Julian Beaumer get an interview, and then seeing Jordan Smith's old ass getting an interview.
Dude, that's fucked up. Don't do him like that.
And you know what's so funny?
That's dirty,
you know what's
bro.
So funny.
What?
And it's just because it's just in the 250 Supercross class. I called him old, and you know I checked his age, and he's like 28. I was like, oh my God.
Bro, and then in the interview, and then in the press conference, Hayden was like, dude, no offense to any other riders, but like I really think they should keep the 250 class to like 18, and then after that you got to move out. And Jordan Smith sitting right next to him, and then at the end, freaking Darkside was like, "Hey Jordan, you know he's talking about you." Bro, he's just like, "Fuck it," but I mean, it is what it is, dude. Like,
honestly,
there's too much money on the line to make it a younger class. You can't do it.
And there's not enough 450 rides to do it. Like, because you know what's so messed up right now? Like, if Jordan Smith was forced to go 450, we wouldn't have Jordan Smith right now.
No.
It wouldn't happen.
Straight up.
It wouldn't happen, and that sucks.
It super sucks.
It super sucks. Like, he is making a living, has a family, and is racing his dirt bike, and that's the coolest thing ever. And the more we can support that, like,
I mean, okay.
Sorry, sucks to be the younger generation. You guys got to get better.
Straight up, dog.
Hey, don't be a whole bunch of wussies.
Too small, dog. Too small.
Too small.
Too young, dog.
Yeah. Grow up, be better.
Yeah, grow up, be better, dog.
Hey,
what's up?
Yeah, get out your pen and paper and take some notes and learn how to win.
And clearly, too, they can beat them. It's not like because you're older, you're that much faster.
It's not like he's going out there and he's like 4 main event wins. That's like,
Imagine, bro. That'd be fucked up. But either way, perfect segue into my big dub. Triumph, Jordan Smith, big W the night. First ever win for their manufacturer. Jordan Smith putting them on top of the box. And they haven't even been in the series for a full year, and Triumph already got a win. I think that's a real testament to how good that bike is.
What do you mean a full year? Didn't they race all last year in the East Coast?
Yes, but they haven't started East Coast yet. I was watching.
Is this
the
some
Weed
like
show.
NFL stat shit?
Yeah, it was. I was watching the Weed show, and they haven't technically even been around.
Yeah, but the bike's
Supercross
been in the process for like the last 5 years.
Bro, whatever you want to call it, they haven't fucking raced for a year. So fuck. Whatever.
Why couldn't we
give
just
me my stat?
Don't give me that stat. Just say
Big dub, Triumph, and Jordan Smith. Let's go.
yeah, first dub. Let's leave it there. That's sweet.
Okay, cool. All right. Moving on. California Coast Plumbing, dog.
In the trenches.
In the trenches. Do you need plumbing shit, dude?
You need to make me lay some pipe down, dog, on
do
you?
you need any commercial plumbing services? California Coast Plumbing, Anaheim, California. Call them up. Love it.
You know who's not laying any pipe down?
Who?
Nobody. Nobody's laying pipe down in any of these classes. It's so scrambled right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's true.
It is so scrambled.
Who's in the trenches?
Who's in the trenches right now? Our boy, where is he?
I know who my guy is.
Aaron Plessinger.
You really? Yeah.
He's in the trench.
Yeah.
Dude, I had such high hopes for him.
Dude, everybody did.
Dude,
everybody had high hopes for Aaron
because
Plessinger.
he looked so good last year, and then he got the first main event win right out of the gate. And supposedly this is the same bike.
So and probably even better, according to Juju and Chase.
Dude, Juju doesn't matter. He's on a 250.
Either way, Chase Sexton has improved the bike. No question asked.
Yes. Chase has improved his setup. I don't know if that, is relative to what Aaron Plessinger's doing, but right now he is. Dude, I don't know if he's hurt, if he's got a hurt finger or something, but my dude is off. And it bums me out because he was looking really good at A2 and then wads up with Dylan. And then, he's getting 9th overall. And his moto scores were 10, 7, 9.
You know what my dude needs to do? My dude AP, our guy AP.
Yeah.
He needs to fucking put the blinding shades on like this.
And he needs to get closer to the mic.
He needs to put the blinder shades on like this.
Mm-hmm.
And my boy needs to get a whole shot.
Yes.
Like, bro, one good start could change Aaron Plessinger's whole season.
Yes.
You know that, right?
Yes.
Like, we're talking about, like, he's in the trenches. And, like, he got, what did he get this weekend?
He needs I just told you. He got 9th. And his moto scores or race scores were 10, 7, and 9.
My God,
he needs a few. He needs a few. He needs first step track talkers goal for AP. Heat race win.
Oh,
give me a heat race win, AP.
Tell him, my God, take him to church, my boy.
I mean, he knows this. I just want to see it because I'm an AP.
Amen.
I'm an AP fan.
Amen, dog. That's literally like the perfect first step. That should be the only thing on his goal checklist is to somehow get a whole shot in the heat and fucking win that bitch.
Yes.
Don't worry about the main event. Don't worry about a result in the main event yet. Let's take a little step back. I know we were all like super hyped on AP from last year and we're like, okay, he can win another main event today.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, fuck that. Give me a heat race win.
Heat race win from AP. That's my guy who's in the trenches. What about you?
Joe Shimoda, dog.
My boy's finger is broken.
I know, but like, This is my thing.
Dude, does like AMA just want to see Joe Knox succeed with all those wall jumps, dude? Like, bro, literally worst track for broken fingers I've ever seen. Yeah. Hard pack, blue groove, dude, and like 4 to 5 wall jumps or singles that you're just jumping to the flat. And if you don't do it, you're like 3 seconds a lap slower.
You know what? I retract my statement for Big L for the Acerbis thing. It goes to the walls on the track. Straight up. For real. In the press conference, Kenny was even talking shit. They were like, he literally said it was the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, but dude, I can't
say anything. And I'm just like, I'm not saying anything for real. Okay. This is just something that I may or may not have heard. But because of the walls, there may not been parts that had to be changed because they were hitting the ground so hard on different bikes. Like I heard there were some bikes that were hitting the ground so hard that they had to change parts out during the fucking day to keep the bikes 100%.
Yeah. But I mean,
and it wasn't wheels.
I know. That's gnarly.
That's too much.
Dude,
but moving back to Joe.
Yeah, but on the track side of things, what I told the Farleys when we were over at the house is like, what's the alternative? Them going 80 miles an hour to the finish?
Build the fucking thing. Yeah, going 80 miles an hour to the finish, but build the wall right out of the corner. And then do something else. You know, like, don't give them 40 fucking feet of run up before the wall and think they're not going to break and build dirt up to that bitch, roost down it, and then the fucking thing's not going to be as steep. Because their solution is just steep. Well, fucking you steep. After 3 laps and 20 of the best guys with the Dunlops, they go and break up to it, drag the dirt to the face, and then they go over the top and roost it down.
I think it was the 250 main event or the 450 main event where after the start, when they go out of the sand and then they hit that wall jump, someone was like pushing the tough blocks. I mean, not on purpose.
I've seen that. Where there's like a low line and shit.
Yeah. Because you know, at like every single Supercross track, there's a wall jump, and then there's a low line.
Fucking 3 foot off to the left.
Yes, that you don't even hit the top of it.
Yeah, because we fucking hate them.
Yeah.
But either way, you know, in the trenches for me is Joe Shimoda. And that's because it's like, dude, at what point, like, bro, we're out of the championship now, right? Are we or no?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I guess it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Am I allowed to say that nowadays in cancel culture or no?
I have no idea.
Well, we said it.
I mean, he right now, he is 19 points back.
I don't know. I mean, we're going to have, let's put it this way. In the 3-week break, he's going to have to get back to 100% and then better. And then he's going to have to hole shot and win Arlington. And then he's going to have to win the shootouts. And the other guys are going to have to do real shitty.
His fingers aren't going to be healed up for 2 weeks. You know, they're not going to be.
No.
You know, they're not going to be 100% better in these next 2 weeks.
Not even close.
He needs straight like 6 weeks with like, and then 2. I mean, not to tack it on or anything, but like what kind of
tack it on?
But like what kind of damage are you doing to your fingers right now that are broken and you're jumping 4 wall jumps a lap and just shaking them with Supercross suspension?
Thank
you.
Thank you.
What are the fractures doing in your fingers right now?
Thank you. It's fucking them up. Let me answer the question for you.
It's not good.
It's not good, bro. That vibration
and your
that
fingers
impact
are so important to your grip and arm pump and everything.
Yeah, whatever you've healed during the week after Glendale, it was back to where it was. Right?
Yes.
Then you fucking bend your front end on the first moto, get no points, right? And then you end up and you get 10th place, 10th place points.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on. X brand. Best goggles in the game. Does the zebra keep or lose his stripes, Uncle Ty? Who we talking about? I got one.
All right. You go.
No, you go. You don't got anybody? I'm going Julian Beaumer, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Good thing you went. Good thing you went.
I mean, is that a good one or no?
Yeah, because I was about to pick him.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because he's young, and I know we talk about him for a lot.
Little baby Zeeb.
Little baby Zeeb. I just want to let you know you're picking Eli Tomac for Zebra Keeping Stripes or not. But little baby Zeeb, he's young, okay? He's learned 2 weekends in a row, okay? But little baby Zeeb, he's got a lot to learn still. And these are things that are not going to be learned overnight. You know, and it doesn't happen that way. And little baby Zeeb is real fast.
He's quick.
So when you have a little baby Zeeb that's that fast and running Mach 10 everywhere he goes, how do you get the little baby Zeeb that's that fast to slow down and think a little bit? It's hard to do.
You got to have a plan before he gets to the gate.
Gotta have a plan. You gotta slow him down just a little bit. You gotta pull the rein back 5%.
He's got to have more focus on the execution of the plan than the result at the end of the main event.
Well, this is what I want to talk about with this whole situation. And I'm glad we got to this because I think this has a lot, all this stuff that is happening, these last two races, has a lot to do with the Deegan Juju beef. And the dynamic of that and the egos going on at that age of like, you know, all of a sudden Deegan now he's starting to talk shit on Juju, you know, and they went back and forth on Instagram last week. And Juju knows, and his whole camp is telling him, dude, you can beat Deegan and you're faster than Deegan. And Juju thinks that in his mind. And he proved that this weekend. But to be faster than Deegan when you don't have the years of experience underneath your belt is a very, very tight rope to walk. And one of the things that I was thinking about is like with Juju, you have to know and you have to stick to your plan and not a plan that is forcing your ego or getting to your ego and making you have to step up your plan. Because just like we saw with Jett, any moment, anything can happen. And yeah, he's got the red plate right now, but we could hear in 1 week, God forbid, we're not even going to say it, but we could hear something in 1 week, you know, that could change all those things. And when you have a kid like Deegan that is poking at you and poking at your ego, and you have Juju who knows he's fast as fuck and he can do it, that's a problem because now you're trying to, Juju is like, I'll show you. And he has a point to prove to Deegan to shut Deegan up, you know, because he wants him to stop talking shit. But at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's his plan and the plan he should be on. Dude, you have to and like you can't do what Hymas did, where Hymas didn't say anything forever and then he let it all build up and then he started talking shit and he just couldn't handle it. You can't let it build up. The best thing you can do with Hayden if you're Juju is just run along with it. Be like, oh yeah, that shit was funny, bro. I hit you in the other corner. You hit me. I learned a lot, man. That really was fun. You know, you don't need to go back and forth with them on Instagram and just, you know, play into it. The worst thing you can do with a bully is let the bully know that has affected you. But you can't ignore it either because you can't let that stuff build up inside you to where you're just marinating on it all the time. So you have to kind of like let that stuff out, but just brush it off. Like it's no big deal. The more you let somebody's words get underneath your skin, the more that person that's saying the things is winning and getting to you.
I mean, easier said than done.
Well, fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm victim of it too.
Oh God, yeah. You don't even want me to get started on you.
Yeah.
Okay, but with just my 2 cents, I'm gonna keep it very simple. Is like Juju needs to do whatever he needs to do to just be focused on his plan and what he needs to execute. And what if he thinks he needs to say something to Hayden, say something. If he thinks he needs to post something, post something. Just do whatever you think you need to do to move on.
Yep.
Like, period. Don't second guess it. Be a very professional about it. Execute it. Move on, because your focus is the championship and you still have the red plate.
Yep.
And that's all that matters.
And
and the biggest flex you could do on Deegan is keep the red plate until that final race.
Yep. And the big thing for me is like, don't let that stuff be angry. Let it be like what Deegan is letting it be. It's a show. This is a show. He leaves his riding on the track and he makes it a show.
I mean, I don't know if you're just, just talking in thin air right now, but I don't think Juju has been affected by that whatsoever.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to say. I think he was this weekend.
No.
Do you think if Juju didn't hear that talk from last week,
yes,
that he would go out and hang it out that much?
Yes.
And then tuck front twice?
Yes.
Okay.
I think what I have seen in my experience with how much family was there from Juju, and he put a lot of pressure on himself.
I mean, that's true too. He was at his hometown race.
And he was feeling really good throughout the day. I think he tried a little too hard and knew that he could win. And he just tried he tried to win the race in the first lap, where you don't win the race by doing, in the first lap. You win the race by going to the checker flag first. And you got to make it there.
Yeah.
Without any mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's and he just got reminded of that this weekend. You can't win the race on the first lap. You can lose the race on the first lap, but you definitely can't fucking win it.
Yeah.
And he's got to remember that, and he's got to do a better job at executing that.
Yep. Agreed.
So that's my take on the whole sitch.
Love it. East Coast 250.
Whoa. You just went on a whole tangent about Zebra keeping or losing stripes, dude. It's my segment.
Okay, go. I'm sorry.
Chase Sexton making some 2 race win stripes, my dude.
What's the take?
The stripes that he's creating this season for himself are some very superior stripes. These are the ones.
There's some real
These are the ones.
Permanent ones.
These are the stripes that he's developing right now that are going to stay with him the rest of his career, and is going to put a stamp on his legacy.
It's true.
We just figured out Jett's gone, and guess what? Eli's healthy. Chase is healthy. It is Supercross 2022 all over again.
Yeah.
This is Chase. You're gonna go show everybody that you can beat a healthy Eli Tomac, or you gonna have Eli Tomac beat you again.
Oh, that's true. The battle's back on because Eli Tomac popped his foot and he would have won that championship.
Oh, he would have 100% won that championship.
I mean, you can't win the championship that you ain't in, but
yeah,
if he didn't get hurt, that was his.
Yes. You still have to race the race, but yes, he was very close. But you also, with Chase and Eli, they both know if you let, Kenny win this next one in Tampa or Cooper Webb win this next one, and these guys get a few, wins underneath, it's really, really tight right now.
Okay, who other than Chase gets the biggest breath of push from Jett not being in the series?
Cooper Webb.
Yep. Cooper Webb. Right now, that motherfucker just hit the turn up button.
I mean, I don't know if he hit up the turn up button, but we already knew that Cooper Webb was going to hit up the turn up button as soon as it said east.
I know.
Tampa's pretty hard packed,
That's
right?
what I mean. But he figured it out this weekend. I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs, but imagine if that was just a main event in Glendale. That would have been a main event win.
Yeah. No, I mean, Cooper Webb's looking good. He's looking real good, especially for hard packed tracks.
Here we go.
Can't wait. 250 East Coast coming up next weekend.
Yeah. Who do you want to talk about? Faulkner said he's ready to go.
Levi Kitchen said he's ready to go.
No, that's what I mean. Sorry. Levi Kitchen. I seen that post on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Levi Kitchen said he's ready to go. I was thinking about Faulkner. I do think that this stuff that they're doing with Jordan Smith is majorly helping.
Yes.
You know, just with the bike setup. So what's your predictions for 250 East Coast? Who wins first round? Fucking Faulkner?
RJ Hampshire?
Nah. Faulkner 100%.
Tom Vial?
Nope. I don't even think he's
Levi
close.
Kitchen?
Nope. Faulkner.
Max Anstey? Nate Thrasher?
Dude, Max could be fucking
Pierce
good.
Brown?
Gosh, damn. Oh. How did I forget about all these fools?
Because you don't pay attention.
Bro, this is going to be sick. Okay, who's your winner? Call a winner. I know mine.
I don't know. McAdoo's going to come out swinging.
No, I heard McAdoo had a crash.
No way.
Yeah, bro. It's unofficial, and he's supposedly not hurt, but I heard McAdoo had a crash.
No way.
Yep.
What about Seth Hammaker?
Heard it on the Weed Show.
Seth Hammaker.
I don't know. I heard McAdoo had a crash.
Bro.
How bad it is, I don't know.
Dude, I'm just saying.
I don't even know if it's true, but Weege knows a lot of shit.
Weege knows a lot of shit. But all I got to say is watching the Pat McAfee show and listening to Aaron Rodgers, dude, to reset and just get a new timing of life. He went to ayahuasca.
Bro.
And it seems like everybody that has
send Mitch
over
over to ayahuasca.
Dude, no.
ASAP.
Hey, send Mitch and everybody that's associated with the Mitch Payne Pro Circuit, Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team.
Just do it.
It's starting to bleed into the factory Kawasaki team with Jorge Prado, too.
That's what I mean. Just all you motherfuckers, why not?
Dude, just go send everybody to ayahuasca and just get a little reset. Just like get on a different second of life.
Yes.
Because all we need is like a different minute.
Yep.
You know, so maybe some good luck falling your guys' way. I don't know if this is the Illuminati, like, I don't know.
Ty's throwing out some crazy shit, bro.
I don't know, dude. I mean, he's won a lot of championships. Maybe now he's got to pay up, dude.
He's got to pay up.
He's got to pay up. Maybe they paid him forward, and now he's paying up on the back end or something.
Damn, all his riders got to pay for it. That's fucked up.
That's so fucked up,
bro. We need to go to Iowa. We need to get the whole.
It's just,
if I had the budget on Track Talkers, I would fucking pay for them to go to ayahuasca. The whole fucking team, the mechanics, the truck driver, the riders, fucking Mitch.
Everyone.
Just give me 24 hours in ayahuasca, bruh.
It's just a better 250 Supercross season when Mitch Payton's doing good.
Oh, yes.
You know, when the Pro Circuit Kawasaki's are doing good.
Shout out Marchbanks. Fucking what a bad motherfucker for coming back and racing that good with a fucked up shoulder.
I know.
That was a lot of F-bombs. I apologize.
Bro, you've been throwing a lot of F-bombs this whole...
Dude, I'm hyped.
This whole show.
The Triple Crown's got me hyped up.
They
All
do.
Right. Who's your winner again?
I haven't said yet.
Okay.
I did say...
Pick a winner, bro.
I did say RJ Hampshire, but... I'm going to say...
Are you sticking with him?
No, I'm going to say Levi Kitchen.
I mean, that's a good pick. I'm going Max Anstey, bro. I got
That's your boy.
I know. That's my boy. It's my boy, Blue.
Mm-hmm.
On Blue. All right. Here we go. Let's find out. No, just pick top three real quick. I'm going to go Max Anstey. Nope. Max Anstey, Levi Kitchen, RJ Hampshire. It's probably not even going to be close, dude. The two.
Okay, Levi Kitchen. Tom Vial.
Oh, I forgot about Vial.
Max Anstey. That's my top three.
Levi Kitchen, Tom Vial, Max Anstey. That probably is the 250, honestly, podium.
Tom
or
Vial was
swapped.
surprisingly super consistent last year.
Yes. It could even go Tom Vial, Levi Kitchen,
Especially
Max
the first
Anstey.
round, you know?
Any of those, I think those three riders mixed up could be it. And I think a guy that could be really good too is Pierce Brown.
What about RJ Hampshire? He just could,
I
could
think
come out
he's-
just swinging.
Well, we know RJ Hampshire's coming out swinging. We know that for a fact. But, you know,
And he's local to Florida. I mean, everybody's local to Florida, but damn.
does RJ come out swinging and hit a foul ball? Or does he have a strike? Or does he hit a home run? Because there's only 3 ways that guy's going. Because it ain't a base hit with RJ. It never will be. There's no such thing as him just hitting and getting up to first. It's home run, foul ball, or striked out, bruh.
Yes.
Struck out, whatever you want to call it. Well, we appreciate you guys listening. That's episode 4 of Track Talkers, season 2. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We appreciate you guys listening. If you haven't, check us out also on Instagram, Track Talkers Podcast, and tell your friends. We appreciate all you listeners. Thank you so much for coming up to me at Supercross and letting me know that you guys love the show. I absolutely love that. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
Peace.